Thank you for being with us. January 4th, 2019. I am Michael, your host. If you're new, well, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate your time. We know it's valuable. We know you're busy. It's Saturday. We hope you had a great week, first week into the new year. Again, if you're new, make sure you're subscribed. Ring that bell. Think about joining, being a member, which is right next to the subscribe. You can take a look at that. All the links are down below. Here at the Patriot Hour, folks, we always encourage you to think for yourself, come to your own conclusions, connect all your own dots, use logic, and try to sift through all the lies. That's what we try to do here together. I want to take a few minutes. And this is really all this video is going to be. I'm going to shut it down. I got other ones I'm working on. Again, Monday, I'm going to tell you about Monday. I'm going to be on the American Joe Show with like 5 other people. Lions Republic, I believe. Doug Ducote, a couple of the Patriots, other channels are going down to Virginia. We're going to be in touch with them, maybe do a couple of stream-ins. Keep an eye on what's going on. We need to. It's very, very important. Monday's show is going to be talking about Virginia. Coming up on the 20th of January, there's a huge rally going on. Patriots standing up for rights, okay? That's all we need to talk about at this minute. We're going to be getting into that a lot more in the next few days, okay? So the college scam last year that kind of came out, much bigger than, okay, so I just read an article that Lori Loughlin, the Full House, former Full House, Lifetime movie star or whatever, I think she was in some other episode shooting out of Canada, she has fought the federal government and doesn't want to take blame or put blame on herself and wants to fight it. Where a couple of the other high profile actors took the guilt, apologized, did their 15, 20 days, and they're already out and it's behind them, I guess. Other ones like her have now hired a Taekwondo instructor to learn Taekwondo and hired somebody else to learn prison lingo. It's like she's getting ready for the role of her life. Unbelievable. But the bigger picture of this, folks, is, again, we got a couple of bombs. We're here discussing Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman or whatever. But people like Chris Cuomo from over at CNN, how did he get into Yale or Princeton, where I think it was Yale he went to? Is he some genius? No, he's not. That's what we're always led to believe, all right? The people that get into these prestigious colleges, there's a selection process, and we just don't know. But for the odds for somebody that not famous or have a politician as a father or an actress to buy their way in, how do you really get in? It's almost astronomical. They tell us it's like astronomical. And if you look at some of these other politicians, I mean, Hillary's daughter, Barack's one daughter, all right, the Bushes, all these people, you start seeing that this is where they went. And we got like a little bombshell of that, a little nugget of a surprise to awaken people to the concept. Now, I'm still seeing stories of Lori Loughlin on social media, typical sleeping people chiming in. I like to look at the comments, and what they're saying is, oh, just give her fines, let her do her time and leave her alone. And it's like they don't understand how big this gets, because these are the actors and whatnot. But if you move over to the politicians and follow their kids, like the Pelosi kids, the Kerry kids, the Obama kids, the Clinton kid, they've all gotten put into these places. And then just having that on your resume, Harvard, Yale, Stanford. I mean, you can go a lifetime and never meet anyone from Stanford. It's so, that one's even more small and prestigious. I mean, you go a whole life and never meet one person that went to that college. But when you start looking at these politicians and then their kids and what they're getting groomed for, and then they get out into society and they get upper level jobs. They mold society. Corporations, industry, just all of it. All right. So it's a much bigger thing than just, it was a scam. We found it. They're saying sorry. It needs to be stopped. Okay. Because the implications of that go much further. All right. So just like, other than that, the college, we got the pedo coming out of Hollywood. It's coming out of DC. You're seeing that. It's coming out of the churches. We've gotten lots of little nuggets that can be applied to a lot more people on a bigger scale. We're getting some low level. It's awakening. It's not the shock and awe. Some people still don't get it. And that's what's important moving forward, is that we've gotten little nuggets, little bombs, little IEDs, so to say, all over in different areas. And if you just shrug it off and wipe it off, of course, you could, you got to look deeper. All right. And that's what we're doing here together. We're going through these stories. There's going to be more coming out. Just as much as this didn't creep in overnight, folks. All right. It can't go away overnight. It's got to be slow played, slow rolled out, eventually getting the heads of the snakes, and hopefully all this crap stops. That is huge as far as us saying that things aren't real and stories are fake. And if their kids are put in and then put to positions and then ideas are streamlined, the bloodlines, that's where you get this whole false, fake, owned society, fake news. And again, there's always lots of real news. The weather, they're going to tell you something, some bomb went off over here, and it's all true. You can get on your social media, see other people posting pictures. This subway went down. Something happened. Yeah, it's all true, but it's who did it, why it happened, the narrative of it. All right. Of course, they wanted this disaster to happen, and then they want us to think this person over here did it, which is typically creating the next boogeyman for us to throw all of our tax dollars at and to justify the next war. So, it's worth looking into the college scam, the pedos. It all leads to the borders, the open borders, the reason they are resisting borders, the drug flow. It just leads to so much, so much. We're going to take a couple look at a couple of different headlines here. So Iran deploys F-14 fighter jets, places ballistic missile bases on high alert. And this is one I wanted to look at here, this headline. Their day is coming, I promise you. Durham probe to contain very problematic findings, Meadows warns. So Representative Mark Meadows, a Republican out of North Carolina, sat down with Steve Bannon on Thursday's War Room, where they talked about impeachment. All right, so where he suggested the U.S. Attorney John Durham will uncover very problematic findings with the FBI's counterintelligence operation against the Trump campaign, both before and after 2016. When we look at the investigation that is going on now with Mr. Durham, he is finding things that would be very problematic, said Meadows, who will not be seeking re-election in 2020. And where they're problematic is not just in the initial investigation. It is after January of 2017, before the president actually is sworn into office. They're still operating on trying to take him down when they know they had no case. This is where people can't deny. There's a lot of opposers of this whole spying, and no, it was a legal operation. So, and where they're problematic is not just in the initial, right? It's after. So it's a policy and power debate. I want to emphasize the power. This is all about where we're going to let the American people, along with their representatives and the President of the United States, establish foreign policy, or we're going to have to let the intel and national security apparatus continue to do whatever they've done for years, which is not effective. That's the reason why there was such a big pushback with Brennan and Clapper. He notes, their day is coming. I promise you, their day is coming. This original article came from Zero Hedge. Meadows told Bannon that the impeachment is about power dynamics between establishment approach to foreign policy, right? So it's a fight for the foreign intel agencies, like always, to keep power, to keep their money coming, to keep doing what they're doing. And there's that full episode of... So Barr, who had been directly involved in the investigation, reportedly traveled to London over the summer to discuss matters with UK intelligence officials, telling NBC that there was to He was there to introduce Durham to the appropriate people and set up channels. Is that what it said? Set up a channel through which he could work with these countries. So there you go, folks. Some pretty interesting truth, because that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. All right, these you can argue process all day long. FBI, you got this transmission. It's about before that transmission even, and these people like Clapper, Brennan, going overseas, working with foreign intelligence spies to infiltrate. And if things are going to happen natural, and somebody's going to come up to Carter Page and talk about some Russia stuff that they had on Clinton, then fine. But no, not when you make that happen and orchestrate that happening. It's a big difference. And that's the kind of scum that need to go away. You can't just say sorry. And now it's coming out, I think yesterday, some of the people that have been fired, we know like Comey, McCabe. They said he straight lied about the leak. He authorized it when he sat there and wasted investigators' time saying he didn't know how that happened, when they came back. And he said, I'm sorry. My bad. No, that's a lie. People go down for that. When they got nothing else, they'll go down for that lie. Why hasn't McCabe gone down for that lie yet? Because they got so much more. All right, it's logical. They got so much more. And that would be illogical after Durham and Barr, and they get nobody goes down. There's no, Durham's not coming out with a report. He's coming out with indictments. That's going to be his report. Live indictments. Not going to be some report I'm sitting here reading to you. I mean, there might be something with it on top, but it's going to be indictments at the same exact time. That's the only way this works. All right, I'm going to shut this one down. We're about the 13-minute mark. I'll be back. Again, check out Monday's episode. It's Saturday right now. Enjoy your Saturday. Look for more episodes throughout the day. I'm working on some things right as of now. I just wanted to get this little talk video out to you and hit these articles. Again, I'm Michael. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed to each and every one of you, and we'll see you back here real soon on the next Patriot Hour update video. Have a great day.